Wait no longer. Greatness has arrived. Welcome to the Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast made by the players for the players, where each and every Thursday, me and my best friend Kyle talk about the latest and greatest in PlayStation. So with all that said, with all that out of the way, the greatest co-host whoever is, whoever was, whoever will be, Mr. Kyle Stevenson. How are you doing, Kyle?
I'm doing great. I'm not a big fan of probably what my face looked like right there, but you know what? It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't
First
matter.
off, your face, you look gorgeous.
Thanks,
you
man.
you got a haircut?
I did. I got a haircut because I knew we had a very important stream that we were doing last weekend. So I had to look good for the cameras.
Awesome. Yeah, so with that, we were at Extra Life this Saturday.
Sir.
Days are a blur. And
Yeah.
at Extra Life, we raised over, well, mostly you guys, $1,616. Is that exact?
Oh my God, that is 100% correct.
That's
Our
all off my
goal-
head. I remembered that.
Our goal was $1,000, and we hit that within 8 hours, 7 hours, whatever it was. Just completely blown away, and it makes me feel so good knowing that there are good people out there that will give to a great cause. And if you stop by and you're one of our listeners to the show, thank you so much. I love you more than anything. It was a great time to hang out with you, to hang out with other friends, to play games,
Dude.
and to raise money for kids battling cancer. Oh
Yeah.
my God, it was awesome.
Yeah. So we got to thank John because he let
Absolutely.
us in his lovely home, and his girlfriend Michelle.
Michelle, yep.
Michelle. And they're, oh my God, the most adorable dog you ever seen in your
Toby.
goddamn life, Toby. Oh my God. And then, I want to thank you, Kyle. I want to thank Kelsey, Mike, everybody for just setting this all up, making it happen. A very special thank you to Joe after work, who literally, because we're all stupid when it comes to streaming, he saved our ass. He saved
Yes, he did.
our
Thank you so much.
ass. Thank you so much. And everybody who donated, thank you all so much, because it goes to the kids in need. What better of a cause? With that, before we talk about what we've been playing, before we talk about PUBG, before we talk about all that stuff, before we talk about Tetris Effect, one more special shout out. I'm looking at you, Sean Capri. You're in your car. Blah. You're a father times two. Everybody, go to Sean Capri at Sean Capri on Twitter. Sean like Connery, Capri like the pants. And I lift this McDonald's coffee to you, sir. His wife is giving birth to their second spawn. It's technically it's right. It's a spawn. But yeah, they're gonna welcome a beautiful baby girl into the world. Her name is I'm gonna say it here. He told me not to say anything, but it's Josephina, and it's really beautiful that they did that. Thank you. Anyway, so it's Josephina Bobby Capri. So yeah, with that, Kyle, all the thank yous out of the way. Congrats.
Yeah.
We've been playing something real special.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been playing a lot of things. First,
Yeah.
what have you been playing?
Oh boy, it's playing games for 24 hours over the weekend was. I've been playing a lot of stuff, more games than I've probably ever played, and I feel good about it. Let me just put it out there. A couple weeks ago, I was like, man, I'm feeling really down and not feeling like playing. Yeah. I am all in. I've been playing a ton every waking moment, and I'm so in love with video games again, and it's a great thing. So I want to highlight a couple things from the stream. I'm not going to say everything we played. Ultimate Chicken Horse, which is one of the most fun games I've ever played with people on a couch. It's basically a platformer where you have to kind of work as a team with everyone else to get to the end zone, the flag. But if everyone makes it, no one gets any points. So someone has to die in order to get points. You just kind of have to dick each other over throughout every turn. Such a great game. So
good. Kyle, we found out you're godlike at platformers.
I'm it's one of my hidden talents. I'm really good at platformers.
It's really ridiculous how good you are. Because you were just like, everything. I was just like, how does he know the physics of this game? And you're like, oh yeah, this is the first time I've ever played. I was like, nah, I don't believe you.
Yeah, no, I've watched a lot of videos of it being played, but I've never actually controlled the game. So I want to highlight that one.
Yeah. What else?
Another one that you really enjoyed that I want to touch on is Towerfall.
Oh, dude.
You love Towerfall, and you've never played Towerfall before. It's an older game,
Yeah.
but I want to hear your thoughts on that.
Dude, that game is crazy. So, like, yeah, Towerfall is a game that I've always wanted to play, but everybody's like, oh, it's a good couch co-op game. And, my friends, they're not gamers. I'm the only gamer. So it's hard to get people on the couch and play a game. So Towerfall, man, so much fun. So much fun. Like just
Yeah.
playing around with that level, seeing where like the pits actually like if you jump down on a pit, Mario teaches you you're done, so you're dead.
Yeah.
You'll actually fall on the top of the map. So you're actually using all these little warp tunnels around the map to traverse and try to flank your enemies. Awesome. I loved it.
You have to
I thought it was
collect the
fantastic.
arrows you missed
Yep.
to get ammo up. You can hop on people's heads to kill them, and
I was trying to do that the entire time because I was just like not learning how to shoot whatsoever.
yeah,
But
that's
yeah, it was awesome.
that's a great one. And the last one from the stream that I want to highlight is keep talking and nobody explodes. I believe
that.
you left at that
Yeah, I
at
missed
that
that.
point. That's basically a game where one player is like the bomb diffuser, and the other player needs to walk them through instructions on how to defuse each module on the bomb in a certain time frame. So you basically have to leave the room or go in a place where you can't see the TV if you're giving out instructions. And
What?
it's very it's all about communication. Well, we couldn't get the VR set up and work. So we could usually if someone's in a VR helmet and doing the bomb stuff, and the other person's giving out instructions. But man, that's a great game. It's such a genius idea, and it plays well. It's really fun to yell at each other and just be confused because we were real tired.
Oh, dude.
And we were getting mad, but it's a really really fun game.
So with that extra
Yeah.
life out of the way,
Yep.
thank you all. We've been playing Tetris Effect.
Yeah.
Tetris Effect, dude.
Woo.
I played it out of VR. You were lucky enough to play it in VR.
Yes. I haven't played it since full release in VR though. Yeah.
Wow, I gotta tell you, dude. This game's $40.
Yep.
And looking at that price tag, it's daunting.
Yeah. A Tetris game is $40.
A Tetris game because you're like Tetris. And I was thinking about it on the drive here. I have never bought Tetris. I don't think. Like it was a hand-me-down game when I got my brother's Game Boy, and then when I got my iPod Nano, it had Tetris, I believe, on it, and Brick Breaker. I've never bought a Tetris game ever, and so with that, I'm not a puzzle guy whatsoever. When I say this is not a good selling point for this game. For $40, it is what you think a Tetris game would be. Move the blocks, break blocks,
Sure.
switch blocks. That's it. The special thing, and even playing this game out of VR, you know this game's meant to be played in VR.
Yeah.
Just out of the gate. It's
For sure.
every time you move a tile, every time you switch a tile, every time you connect and you get a Tetris or you break a line, which sounds like we're doing drugs, but like you play to the music. So there's one in particular where it has pianos, and every time you move the piece, it's a jazz-like piano that plays every time you move. And no matter how chaotic or how slow your movements are, everything sounds like it makes sense. You affect the sound and the world around you as you play Tetris.
Did you know in that level, Joe,
Yeah.
that once you lock the piece down at the bottom, it saves the sound that you made. So you're actually making the song to the level.
That's sick. I did
Yeah,
not know
at least
that.
at least in journey mode. I don't know if that's the same for like
Yeah,
marathon mode where
Yeah.
it doesn't end until you break it. But yeah,
that's sick. And that's the thing is like this game, your movements affect the sound and the world and the music. So you're never I've played journey mode dozens of times at this point.
yeah,
I've never gotten the same song. I've gotten a similar song, and each time they're special, they're unique, and every fucking song slaps. Kyle.
yeah, it does.
Yeah, and so like playing it with my headphones and just like the lights on for the first time, I was just like I was playing for an hour, I didn't even realize it. then turning it off. I was playing for literally 3 hours straight, getting through. I beat journey mode in one sitting.
So did I.
Yeah, because I was just like, I can't stop, won't stop.
Yep.
And
it's that one more level
Yeah.
mentality. I'll do one more.
And again, it's just Tetris, but it's
Yeah.
the music, and that's the thing that really, really gets you. So you played it in VR, you played it out of VR.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the game?
Oh man, I haven't dove into VR with the full journey mode. Hopefully they'll do that at some point soon. But I will say the one downside of playing it not in VR and how you can tell it's made with VR in mind is some of the effects on some of the screens kind of block the blocks. The I'm trying to remember how to say it. Tetrimos?
I just call them tiles.
The tiles, yeah. I know there's a very specific term to use that I cannot. Tetronemos or something like that.
Yeah. Once I heard it, I was like, I'm not going to pronounce that correctly, and I'm not even going to try.
But sometimes, like, the effects of the stage kind of block it a little bit, and you can tell that wouldn't be as much of an issue if you were in VR.
Yeah.
But, oh man, that game is so good. Every single stage, at least in journey mode, has its own unique sound, like you were saying, and visual style, and the blocks are all different. And I love how certain stages it'll start off at like a speed of 8. And then as the song gets moving, the tiles will start falling faster. And then the music slows down, and then the tiles slow down. And it just kind of, when it's getting real tense, like you have to really focus. But then it gives you some breathing time and to get back into the swing of things and try to build yourself out of whatever hole you gave yourself. The game's fantastic, and I don't know if you've checked out all the other modes.
There's I think over 9 different modes. Yeah.
Some of the other modes are really cool. So the one that I really like, I think it's called Infected, where some tiles are infected and you have to clear the lines with them before the time runs out.
Huh.
So it's another really cool twist on the Tetris formula.
I feel like the only downside of this game is there's no head-to-head multiplayer.
Sure.
That's the only thing that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Because you are, at the end of the day, you are playing, you are paying $40, and the fact that there's no competitive like multiplayer attached to it, that kind of sucks. That does blow a bit. But with that, do you recommend Tetris Effect?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Even for $40.
Even for $40, because I think there's enough stuff there for you to have your money's worth, and it's a game that you're going to keep coming back to. It's how I view Rocket League. No matter how long away from that game, I will always find myself coming back and playing. Same thing with Resogun. Same thing with, I talked about it last week, Rogue Legacy. There's certain games that I just love, and it's something to do with the gameplay hook that I want to keep going back and do and play. And Tetris is... We all know what Tetris is.
Yeah.
And this is probably the best version of Tetris.
So speaking of going back to things.
Yeah. Oh, I like the segue.
Right? I know. Good. Spyro.
Yeah.
Spyro's out. We forgot to mention it last week. I feel ashamed. But the dragon's back. Kyle, I only played the first level.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm going to stay out of it. I want to know, I got to keep it a little short because of time. What do you think of this game so far? And has it aged well?
I can say yes. Okay. I'm enjoying it a lot, and yes, it has aged well, but you can tell it's kind of like a fine wine. You could tell it was a game made a long time ago. Yeah. But the remaster has done wonders to the aesthetics, and it feels great still, and I'm just so happy we're in a world where we're getting these old platformers back.
Yeah.
Especially...
The one weird thing that I found myself in the first level is how you move the camera.
Sure.
You move it with the trigger buttons, right? The last time? Or you move it, I forget how.
In the old PS1 one?
Yeah.
Or this?
Yeah, the old PS1 one.
I believe it was probably triggers, yeah.
Yeah. And that's the one thing that I'm
Are you going to say missing?
Well. Yeah. I don't know. I like it, but I'm not like, oh, right, this is Spyro, right? Like, I'm like, okay, this is the part where I'm not the biggest fan of. I'm sorry. Continue.
No, it's fine. So you only did level 1.
Yeah.
I think, on world 4, and I've 100%ed every single world so far.
Oh, shit.
And that is further than I ever made in the PS1 game.
Yeah.
I just kept playing the first world over and over and over again, just because that's what I did. But I love it. It's such a great remaster. Toys for Bob, who hasn't really done something like this before. I think they were just making the toys game, actual physical toys for like Skylanders and stuff.
Oh, really? That's what they were doing?
I believe, and I think they did the Skylander games, maybe.
Okay.
But they crushed it in terms of polish, and they have added a couple things to this first one.
Yeah.
Like skill points, which I think the second and third game have. You don't really upgrade anything, but to do the skill points, you unlock like concept art, which is cool.
Oh, that's cool.
And they also have a map you can turn on, so you don't get lost, and you can kind of see where like all the secret stuff is.
So, did you play the Insane Trilogy?
Yes, I did.
Comparing the two, which one do you feel like it's on the caliber of the Crash Insane Trilogy? Because I thought that trilogy was dynamite.
Yeah, I really, really, really do think it's on the same level.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both highly polished games, remastered perfectly. They look great now.
Yeah.
It looks fantastic. Like, I was blown away. I think this is probably... I'm probably more blown away by this remaster than I was the Crash in Insane Trilogy.
Yeah, I think Spyro looks just fantastic. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, and again, another game that's only $40. And you get 3 pretty great platformers from back in the day that look great now.
And they age well. So there you go.
Absolutely.
Talk about a game that hasn't aged well, though, and we're segueing right into the news. We talked about this last week. I did a video on it on Bad Big Games, but now it's official. PUBG is coming to PlayStation 4 on December 7th.
Yikes.
December 7th. This comes straight out of the PlayStation blog, and it goes as follows. PUBG is a battle royale shooter where 100 play. You know what PUBG is. I'm only kidding. Yeah. That's the joke. We're going to talk about the bundles. So first things first, PUBG Battle Royale will remain at its sticker price of $29.99 for both the physical edition. There will be a physical edition, and the Looters Digital Edition, which is the base game, $30. Then you have the Survivors Digital Edition, which is for $59.99. It comes with the Survival Pass and also some in-game currency. And then the Champions Digital Edition, which comes for $90, and it comes with the game Survival Pass, even more money and more XP. The cool thing about all this is if you pre-order right now, you get a Nathan Drake outfit, which actually looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie to you. You get Ellie's backpack. Okay, cute. You get a PUBG avatar and a PUBG Myanmar theme. So, Kyle,
yeah,
you said something really interesting to me, and that is December 7th. Like, nothing is happening on December 7th.
Nothing's happening on December 7th.
Calendar is completely free.
Completely
I'm not doing
free.
Anything. You're not doing anything.
Nope.
Super Smash Brothers is coming out December 7th.
Yeah.
And now, my question to you, because they're two totally different genres, and they're two totally different consoles, to me, why does this matter? That this game is coming out? Because to me, I don't think it affects it whatsoever.
Oh, you don't?
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
But why do you think it affects it?
I think it affects because PUBG is a multiplayer game.
Okay.
And I think a lot of people are going to be wanting to play Smash multiplayer with friends instead of hopping on to PUBG. And yeah, it's release day. I'm sure more people will come back to PUBG in the meantime.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure if you're a gamer, you probably have more than one console. And if you don't, that's cool. But pretty sure Smash is one of those games that everybody who owns a Nintendo Switch is going to buy it and play it and just be all in it for the weeks after release.
Yeah, for me, it's different. So I think release-wise, it doesn't matter. Two totally different games, two totally different consoles. But I think the reason why it matters slightly is that the conversation. You talk about gamers, right? What are we going to talk about on December 7th? We're going to talk about Super Smash Brothers. Gamers are going to talk about Super Smash Brothers. You're going to have videos on YouTube of what PlayStation, characters would we like to see in Smash. Like, Smash is a game that transcends gaming and transcends the whole stupid console war nonsense. And it's where the video game industry just kind of like looks in and goes, let's have some fun, right? Like it's just, it's an event. This game is an event. It's kind of like with Red Dead Redemption, right? All these games, Call of Duty moved its release date because of Red Dead Redemption, but it's a different genre, but they understood the impact. And I think just the whole social media impact, it will not be talking about PUBG, it'll be talking about Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah,
where
sure.
You need to control that messaging. I feel like the only mistake is your messaging gets just flooded by all this other noise. And I think that's the only problem with this game coming out alongside Super Smash Brothers. But with that, Kyle, now that it's out, now that it's real and it's tangible, what are your thoughts about this? Do you think that this could breathe new life into PUBG?
It's tough. I know I've said in the past, like, no, it doesn't really matter. No one really cares.
Right.
I say that kind of jokingly and sarcastically. Like, of course people care, and of course people are going to be playing. But I just don't think it's going to move the needle that much. I think it's just going to be another game that's on PlayStation that people who want to play it will play it. But again, to me, PlayStation and Battle Royale games are always going to go straight to Fortnite.
And I think, so I'm on the Twitch. If you guys don't know, that's a little streaming site.
Sure.
Not to be confused with Mixer. To be confused. Fortnite is 200,000 people actively watching and participating in Fortnite. Call of Duty, 71,000, and then we got to scroll a little bit. PUBG's right now at 17K. So I think looking at PUBG, I think the conversation has shifted in such a way that this could be a beginning of PUBG telling a different story of, listen, I get it. Like, Activision outspent us on resources. Epic owns the Unreal Engine. They have the foundation to the foundation. We're going to listen to the people that are here now, right? That are continuing to support this game. And the people that are coming in now for the first time, we need to win them over hand over fist.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't think PlayStation's just going to let this game go out there to die, because right off the bat, they're letting them have, Uncharted an outfit, or like a Last of Us backpack. Like, those things are small and they're cosmetic, but there's something where, like, PlayStation knows this game's gonna sell. PlayStation knows if this game sells well, they're gonna make money as well. So I think it's in both interests to kind of promote each other and also show to people who may not know about PUBG also being on PlayStation 4 that, hey, it's here. It's not just on Xbox now. Let's try to make a big deal out of this.
And do you think this comes out a day after the Game Awards?
Yeah.
Do we see a PlayStation-centric trailer at the Game Awards?
I mean, they have like a little commercial out right now.
Yeah.
And I thought it was cute. I was like, all right, that's fun. I don't think they're gonna have maybe
that
PUBG,
same commercial possibly within the show.
Possibly, maybe PlayerUnknown's makes it a statement on themselves that they're everywhere.
Gotcha.
That they're on all platforms now. And then they can start making some pro-consumer decisions after that point. But I think that's a great idea for them. What do you think? Do you think who would come out there, Sony or Bluehole, and say, "Hey guys, PUBG, we're here"?
Not Bluehole, right?
I'm sorry, Blue. So it's PUBG Inc.
Yeah.
They own Bluehole.
Oh,
and Bluehole
gotcha.
Makes PUBG. It's
gotcha. Okay. Yeah. All right. I confused Bluehole, Bluepoint. I was like, wait a second.
All the fucking time, Kyle. All the fucking time. I'm like, Bluehole. No, that's Bluepoint. Yeah.
No, I don't think Sony's going to come out and say it. I think it's going to be PUBG Inc. PlayerUnknown. They're going to come out and do it themselves. My other question for you before we move on is you brought up the Twitch viewership numbers. On release day, December 7th, do you think it's going to be higher than that 17K because of the PlayStation booth? And like ballpark number-wise, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I think, I mean, like, I was looking at it today. Fallout 76, right? A game that's getting very mixed reviews or impressions. First off, congratulations, Fiona, and fantastic congratulations to Alex Van Eyck and OK Beast Crew. Number 13th. It's what is it? Nuke This.
Nuke This.
Yeah. It's a Fallout podcast. Go check it out. But Fallout 76 was number 2 on Twitch. So I think you're gonna see a big jump because it's on PlayStation. But I think you're gonna see a huge jump. You're gonna see Super Smash Brothers at least in the top 3. At least in the top 3.
So are you saying it's gonna hit 6 digits? PUBG?
I think PUBG is going to be into the top 5.
Top 5,
yeah,
okay.
of people watching it on release day. I still think when it comes to games that don't move, it's Fortnite and League of Legends.
Yeah,
League of Legends just fucking stays there all the time.
Yep.
Then you have like Just Chatting, which is like the podcast and stuff. So I think you're going to see probably Fortnite either 1 or 2, Smash either 1 or 2, then League of Legends, then Call and then, you're going to see PUBG in there, in that conversation. Okay. But that's a good question, dude. It's something. It's something. Yeah. It's surprising that we're not more excited. That's the thing.
And I'm happy for those that have waited for this to happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because there's a couple of my friends who are like, I'll wait for PlayStation. And well, here you go. You don't got to wait much longer.
Yeah. Dude, there was people that in the chat going, hey, I'm excited. And it was actually making me go, well, maybe I'll throw down the 30, G's, as the kids say. Throw down that paper, walk a flock of flame, as whatever the kids are saying. Oh, God. I lost the notes, and I'm trying to find my way back. And don't worry, I did.
Sweet. Sorry, you know what? I just remember there's something we should probably add to this story, but I'll just add it later.
You know what? You interrupt me, and then you just say, Joe, wait. And then you go in, and that's what you do. Look at this. Look at us, audience, strategizing. Marvel's Spider-Man Turf Wars DLC is out November 20th, and this also comes from the PlayStation blog. As we hinted in Marvel's Spider-Man The Heist, Hammerhead... spoilers, is the main protagonist in Marvel's Spider-Man...
not protagonist.
Sorry, antagonist. In Marvel's Spider-Man Turf Wars. Appearing in the 1970s via the pages of Amazing Spider-Man comic book, Hammerhead, the organized crime boss known for his obsession with the mob's glory years and cranium surgically enhanced, into a deadly weapon. He has declared war against the Dons and the
Dons of the Magia.
You do this. Take over, Kyle.
And are using equipment left by Sable International during its occupation of Marvel's New York Spider-Man. And Yuri Watanabe will have to team up to put an end to the violence that has erupted in the streets of the city. You know what that tells me? More Spider-Cop. But I digress. In addition, Marvel's Spider-Man Turf Wars features 3 great new suits. We heard from many fans last May who were excited to see the new version of the Iron Spider suit in the game, but several wanted the classic Iron Spider armor from the comics. With Marvel's Spider-Man Turf Wars, we're glad to bring it to the game. Speaking of armor, Marvel Spider-Man Turf Wars will also have the Spider Armor Mark 1 to help round out your mark set in the game.
Yo, so first things first, there's a clan Spider-Man.
Yes, that's the one I'm super excited for.
That one looks like straight off of a cartoon. I don't know where that's from. Is that an original piece?
I have no idea, but I'm excited. Looks
freaking awesome. And yeah, no, the Iron Spider from the comics looks sick as well.
Yep.
These suits, hand over fist better than last DLCs.
Sure.
I don't even think it's a contest. This fucking slaps as well. I'm using all this new kid term.
You are. It's like who's this Joe?
I'm never gonna age if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? But no, I'm loving it. I want to play more of this DLC. I still might just wait until everything's out.
Sure.
I think I'm still waiting on it. Kyle, are you ready for more Spider-Man?
Yeah. I'm so excited. I'm so happy that every month we're getting something new since Spider-Man came out.
Yeah. With that, God.
Yeah, this sucks.
Hey, Kyle.
Yeah.
You want to see me go to hell over one little joke? All right, here it goes. Everybody, press E for Excelsior. Stan Lee has passed away at the ripe old age of 95. Did you get the reference? That was Call of Duty. Press F for your respects.
I gotcha.
I'm going to hell. I didn't even get a chuckle, Kyle.
I hung my head in shame.
Longer than a minute for that man, you fuck.
Okay. Oh, okay. She didn't like the joke either. Kyle.
Yeah.
Stanley, 95. Honestly, I don't know if I'm still in shock. Because I'm not sad. Because dude, 95.
Yeah.
Right? And seeing what this man has done and how his work has just transcended is just I know this as cliche as it sounds. He's in a better place.
Yeah.
And he's reunited in one way, shape, or form with his wife that passed away a few years back. And it sucks. But I'm in a weird way, I feel unaffected. Kyle, do I lack feelings? Do I lack?
No. And I can kind of understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Yes, it's sad that Stan Lee has passed away.
Yeah.
And yes, he was old. He was 95. We kind of knew it was going to happen eventually. No one lives forever.
Yeah.
But what kind of made me think after he died, and I put it on Twitter, was Stan left behind a legacy of worlds and characters that inspire people every single day. Read the books, watch the movies, play the games. It inspires people. So when Stan passed, I was thinking, what is my legacy going to be? That was more of my feelings after he passed, and kind of how I'm taking it in, kind of thing. Because I
Kyle, I'm gonna go to hell again. That's what she said. No. But yes,
that's kind of how
you're processing it.
Yeah, that's how I'm processing it. I want to have a legacy. It's even close to what Stan.
See, I've never thought of legacy that much.
Mm-hmm.
It's just to me, it's all about being your best you and treating people the way you would like to be treated. That's what you need to leave behind.
Sure.
But when it comes to Stan Lee, man, it's oh my God, my friend, I don't know if she's crying or she's laughing in the other room. But it's just, I don't know. I feel my feelings are that he is in a better place.
Yeah.
And he's given us so much. It's time for you to go. There's a beautiful photo of him entering the pearly gates, and St. Peter's looks at him and goes, "You here for a cameo?" And he's like, "This is a full feature." That's that was fucking awesome. So
there's been some fantastic artwork after Stan's passing that it's just beautiful.
So I want to ask you this question, sir.
Sure.
What is your favorite cameo from Stan Lee?
Stan?
Yeah.
I think the one that took me by surprise was Deadpool 2. Or was it Deadpool 1? Whenever he was the DJ at the strip club.
Damn it, you son of a bitch. Yeah.
That was probably because, we all knew Stan is going to show up in the movie, and it just was where it's going to happen. And that one was really funny, and I loved that one. He's had so many great ones. Even in the real bad Marvel movies before the MCU, him watering his lawn in front of the awful X-Men Last Stand.
Awful.
Yeah, going all the way back to Mallrats, his cameo in that is just so good.
That's one that's being retweeted a lot.
Yeah.
He had a cameo in Venom.
Yes.
Yeah, I've luckily locked a lot of that movie out of my head.
I can't remember it though, so it's not very memorable.
Yeah, because Venom's awful. You should have it wiped. But I think one of the most memorable ones. It's spoiler alert. He's in Spider-Man PS4.
Yeah,
that's how we tied this into the show. Okay, that cameo because it's so unexpected, but when it happens. Also, there's been multiple thumbnails. Are you living under a fucking rock? Is this the first podcast you've listened to since you've been out of the cave for like 12 years? Guess what? We had a white president, then we had a black one, now we have a racist one. There's so much you need to be caught up on. Spider-Man's not one of those things. But that cameo is vindicating because it was just like, yeah, our medium fucking matters too.
Sure.
Like, because you see it always like maybe like a cameo on TV or like you see a cameo in like a movie. And with Stan Lee, it's Stan fucking Lee. He's in every single major Marvel thing. Like, there's also like rumors of him being filmed for multiple movies.
I think he has 5 or 6 more.
Yeah, so I'm just like, dude, like, this meant something.
Sure.
And when he passed...
He's also been in the Lego games.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. Well, right, he was like a playable character in the Lego games.
And he's like a collectible in every level. You have to save Stan Lee or something.
Yeah, like, that's awesome, man. It's just... That one was my special one.
Yeah, this one in Spider-Man PS4, his cameo happens after one of my favorite scenes in the whole game. Mm-hmm. When Peter and Mary and MJ are at their old stomping grounds when they were together.
Yeah.
And I just love that scene where they're talking and trying to feel each other out. And the moment I said it, I was like, oh, shit. And then Sam, his cameo was just, it's good to see you two back together. I always loved you two. Like, that's just, it warms my heart.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Brandon Myers writes in, like, you can too if you follow us on PS Trophy Room on Twitter, or if you're in the Bad Bit Test Facility Discord, go ask us questions. We love these questions. Brandon Myers, the Winter Gamer, asks, with the recent passing of Stan Lee, pause to allow the tears, what is your favorite tribute in video games to someone who has passed away?
Yeah, so when this question was asked, I immediately thought of one. And I don't think it was a tribute for someone who passed at the time, but since that tribute was in the game, that person has passed. It was Borderlands 2. There was a major Borderlands fan who was diagnosed with terminally ill cancer, and they put him in like the main city hub, like where you got your missions and stuff, as a NPC. And I believe it was a trophy in the game, and he gave you like a really cool weapon. And he's since lost his battle to cancer, and he's forever immortalized in the thing he loved the most. I just love that. Yeah. That's my favorite tribute.
So there's 2 of my favorite tributes in a video game, and they're in the same game. One, World of Warcraft, in the Torrenstarden area, which is Mulgore, by the way, or Mulgore, whatever. Doesn't matter. It's a boring level, but there's a character. There's an NPC, and it was one of the only voice-lined characters during Vanilla WoW, which was the base WoW, and it was, "Have you seen my dog?" And it's a young boy. That voice actor, was a Make-A-Wish child, and his Make-A-Wish was to be in World of Warcraft. And that NPC, I believe, still to this day is in the game. Another one comes from World of Warcraft. When you die in battle in WoW, or you fell off a high fucking cliff because you're a dumb idiot, you're visited, or you go to the spirit realm, right? And you there's like a little angel near the graveyard, and it revives you. Mm-hmm. There is a special place on top of this mountain that in the Barrens that overlooks Crossroads, and when you go up there, it is only available if you're in ghost form. Is a dead orc with like on like he was like buried with honor, so like he has like a little monument dedicated to him. And when you're in the spirit realm, you actually see an angel that can revive you there. And that's dedicated to one of the designers that passed away during making of that game. And that one always sticks with me.
That's awesome.
That one always right there.
Yeah,
man, it's awesome. My question to you, Kyle, is with all this sad stuff out of the way, how would you like Stan Lee to be remembered in Spider-Man PS4? Is there a way to do it right now? Do we wait for the next game? What do we do, Kyle?
I feel like probably next game.
Next game?
Yeah, I don't want them to kind of shoehorn something in so quickly.
You don't want his name right next to Uncle Ben's. You wouldn't be able to handle it.
Oh, God, no. No, I would not.
Yeah.
I think next game, it would even be cool if you do something, like you unlock everything and there's one last thing and then you can just play as Stan Lee.
Yo.
In Spider-Man, in the PS4 world, like, that'd be awesome.
That'd be fucking cool, dude. That would be fucking real rad. Now, listen, took a little bit of a downer. Let's get right back up. What's that?
Here we go. Here's my interjection. This DLC, Spider-Man Turf Wars, comes out November 20th. The thing I remembered the moment you said November 20th is we're getting Beat Saber November 20th, Joe. Next week we get to play Beat Saber, buddy. I'm so excited. I was not expecting it to be this soon. So I'm ready.
How much is Beat Saber? Do you know?
I don't. I'm probably going to be a full price, $60. But
oh shit, $60 for Beat Saber?
I don't know. Maybe.
All right. You know,
just because it's awesome.
All right. Could you do me a favor? Could you see if the drop is on the PlayStation blog?
I sure can.
I knew I was forgetting something during this show. I like this one. This show, we're putting pieces together. You know what I mean? With that, let's talk about things that get us pumped, get us excited. Let's put life back into this show. We got blood flowing. Let's do it, right? Let's jazz on. The show must go on. The Game Awards has announced their nominees. Kyle, are you ready with this?
I'm so ready.
With 8 nominations, God of War and Red Dead Redemption 2 tops the nominees with 8 nominations, Kyle. 8.
Awesome.
Spider-Man is in second with 7 nominations. 7. You put that together, that's 15. That's just quick math for you. I'm going to blow your mind a little bit more. Detroit Become Human with 3 nominations. You put that all together, I don't know. You tell me, audience. Because I forgot the number. It's 18.
I was trying to get the drop into the show notes, so I wasn't listening.
No, that's fine. So, Kyle, God of War, Red Dead Redemption, going head-to-head in 8 categories. Mm-hmm. That's nuts. Spider-Man is also sharing some of that with 7 nominations. Detroit with 3. This year, how many things is Sony going to get snubbed?
Oh, I wasn't prepared for that.
It's every year. They get snubbed. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Sure. I don't think there's going to be that many snubs this year.
Yeah?
I think their nominations they're scattered and they're all over the place, which is good. So I think there's going to be some great representation in PlayStation world. And the big one, which we're going to say what is announced soon.
Game of the year.
They all can be played on PlayStation.
That's true.
Every single one can be played on PlayStation. So Game of the Year is going to live on a PlayStation console that you're going to be able to go. And while you were talking about the nomination stuff,
not being good at it, yeah.
Sure. I was looking up to see if there's ever been a year where all the nominations can be played on one console.
Yeah.
And there hasn't been. This is the first time where you can get all of them on a PlayStation console or one specific console. So,
bam,
get on it.
Dude, awesome. With that, here's the nominees for the Game Awards Game of the Year award. All right, first things first, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I think very well deserved.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the game's fucking, dude.
I can't wait to get back into it.
Dude, me neither. I really can't. Celeste.
Oh, so good.
This is awesome. I've seen a few people complaining about this.
You need to stop complaining. Those are from people that haven't played that game.
Yeah. Please stop. Knock it off. This game's beautiful. It tells a really great story. I love Madeline. Knock it off. This game is great and is a game literally for everyone. It is a game that is special. It's so great. It's awesome that it's standing toe to toe against God of War, which is the next one.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
right? Like,
no brainer.
No brainer.
Never, again, we both love God of War.
Yeah.
And we're not going to spoil anything because I'm sure we're going to have a Game of the Year discussion at some point. But looking back, and as someone who's played all the God of War games, never would I ever thought God of War would ever have been in the same class of Game of the Year.
Yeah.
Or not even a nod.
Well, with these games that we're about to talk about next.
Yeah.
Here's the other crazy one. Marvel's Spider-Man.
Woo!
Dude, 2 Sony exclusives, battling out, duking it out. Well-deserved as well.
Absolutely.
Amazing story. Love it. Just minus the hot Aunt May, you got yourself a great film. Whew, Marissa Tomei, let me tell you something. Monster Hunter World. I think this one's the one that was the weak link.
Sure.
Right? I think so.
But thinking about it, and obviously the last one, I don't want to steal your thunder, is Red Dead Redemption 2.
Red Dead Redemption?
But thinking about, like, what would take Monster Hunter's place?
That's a good question.
It's not Detroit, because Detroit has its issues.
Yeah, I was kind of cold on Detroit.
Super Mario Party hasn't been out that long.
Get real.
Forza?
Octopath Traveler?
Octopath, yeah, so it...
Perhaps?
Maybe. You probably
boring,
could make a good case for Octopath, but...
You could make a good case. I think so, too. And then the last one is Red Dead Redemption 2, by God. So with that, we got the Game Award nominees right here. Again, we're doing our own show. But just based on the selection here, not what you think, what do you think the judges are going to choose?
What the winner will be at the end of the... I think it's going Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah?
I do.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I think this is the first game of the year that I actually think it could go either way.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be like a drunk college chick on a Friday night. It could go either way at this point, you know?
Okay.
You ladies get it. You ladies get it. Anyway, I'll be... it's either God of War or Red Dead 2. And I think looking at the list, there are worthy contenders. I think any game other than Monster Hunter World, I can see as Game of the Year. I'd be all right with it. I'd be totally all right with it. Mm-hmm. But I think Red Dead Redemption 2 is a critical masterpiece, and that's where the but comes in.
Yeah.
It's a critical masterpiece, but it is also a very hot or cold game. It's a very divisive game that a lot of people who walk away from go, I understand it's good. I've had enough with it. Or they're like, I know it's good and I can't stop playing it. Mm-hmm. So I think at the end of the day, it's going to go to Red Dead 2 as well. Cause it's a technical achievement.
Yeah.
But, I think that's where it's going to go. But I think honestly, it's either God of War or Red Dead. With that, the next list that Sony completely dominates is the VR list. It's Astrobot Rescue Mission, Beat Saber, Firewall, Zero Hour, Moss. All those games can be played.
And Tetris Effect.
Oh, and Tetris Effect. Thank you. All those games can be played via the PlayStation VR. Most of those games are a PlayStation VR exclusive game. Yep. So there you go. That's pretty cool. And
all of them but one, right? Beat Saber's the only one that's not exclusive.
Yeah, Beat Saber's the only one that's not exclusive. I think Moss may have gone to the dark side, but it originally launched on PSVR. Eric writes in, he goes, what are your thoughts on the Game Award nominees this year? Do you believe these are great nominees, or were there a few snubs that either you or Kyle were annoyed about? I think it's a great list.
Yeah, it's a great list. something that annoys me, and it's annoyed me the last couple of years, and I get it, it's a category that not many people care about. It's in the sports category. And MLB The Show is always snubbed.
Kyle, don't get ahead of yourself.
Okay? I'm just saying. I'm mad about that.
Okay.
I'm mad about that.
Yeah. I think for the games that are out, I do think this year was kind of slim pickings, but the games that were out were amazing.
Yeah.
So I like the list. I don't think there's anything wrong with the list. I think it's where it goes. We may have trouble with, but we'll talk about that on another episode once the whole thing's done with.
Besides the game of the year category, what category do you think is going to be real hard for people to pick from? For me, it seems like this every single year. It's the Game Awards. It's the performance.
Yeah, it's performance.
This year is probably even harder than it was last year. Because every single one in there, I think, could win it, and I think they deserve it. The only one that I think is not weird, but it's the guy who does Connor's voice in Detroit. He's nominated.
Yep.
I kind of wish it was the girl who did Kara.
Ooh, yeah, she's a great actress.
But again, the guy who did Connor is outstanding as well.
Yeah.
But that's going to be a really interesting category.
Yeah. With that, I just have the problem with all the esports nominees.
Yeah, that's a lot of sports.
I think it was Skinny Matt. He's like, can we give them their own award show? Like, give them a good gold controller or some shit. And literally, I was just like, I think I was like eating a pretzel. I almost pulled a George W. Bush. I almost choked on it to death while watching it. But yeah, no, like, I agree. I was just way too many sports shit in there. Like, I don't like sports, whether you make it a video game or not. I don't fucking like them. Don't fucking touch them. So, yeah, too many of that. It's kind of like giving the Cy Young Award to Meryl Streep. It's just like it's two different things. And I hope I got that right. It's Cy Young, right?
Yes.
Is that basketball?
Cy Young is baseball.
All right. Close.
Sure. Sorry, I was looking at the drop.
No, it's fine. It's all fair. It's all fair. Eric also writes, and he asks, possibly the best question ever. If you guys had the chance to host your own award show, let's just say the Trophy Room Awards, to commemorate the games you've ever played, doesn't have to be just this year, what games would you nominate and why? It's funny you should ask that, Eric, because all this week I was stressing out about the Game Awards. I was like, the Game Awards is great and everything, but there's no awards show that celebrates PlayStation, celebrates the greatness that is and ever will be Shuhei Yoshida, right? There's nothing out there. Just name me one. There you go. You can't. It's nothing. So with that, we have announced, and holy shit, Eric hit the name right out of the park, the Trophy Room Game Awards. Hey, what's up, everybody? We're having our own award show, and guess what? It's going to be like 18 times more cooler than whatever Jeff Keighley and Chiquatro Man are ever going to pull out of their ass. Okay?
Yeah, for sure.
December 13th. Mark it on your calendars. That's when the Trophy Room Game Awards will hit. Get excited. It's going to be fucking rad.
Yes, it is.
Everyone's invited. And when I mean everyone, we're doing something real special. Now, we haven't nailed down all the categories yet. We're getting the votes in. We're getting the tallies sorted. We're kind of like Florida right now. Rick Scott doesn't want me there, but I'm like, damn it, Rick. Where else am I going to do this award show? He's like, anywhere else but here. I'm here busy trying to rig shit in my state. So with that, here's the deal. We're going to have an interactive show. You're going to be able to start voting for each single category on the Game Awards show on November 28th. That's when we'll have all of our categories selected, all the games picked, all the games fitted with help of our friends, and then you're going to help us pick each game that was the standout this year. I'm really excited because it's a way for us to interact together in a really cool, unique way that I don't think a lot of people are doing. So that's what we're going to do. It's our Game Awards. It's going to start on December 13th. That's when the show is going to be had. You can start voting on November 28th. I'll throw a link down. We'll get it spread out and everybody can vote and have fun and again, have a cool time. With that, Kyle, let's get on to the next story, shall we?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is THQ Nordic.
Yeah. Who do they think they are?
Kyle, you take this over because I don't know. You added this one, right?
Sure,
It
yeah.
wasn't me in a fever dream.
Excuse me. THQ Nordic has 35 unannounced games in development. What? This comes from IGN. So go ahead and give them a click. Not that they need it, but go ahead and do it. Gaming publisher THQ Nordic has several big-name titles on the way, including Darksiders 3 and Metro Exodus. But the company hasn't played its whole hand just yet. In fact, it has 35 unannounced games currently in development. During a Q3 financial report on November 14th, THQ Nordic founder and CEO Lars Wingfors. Oh man,
We're gonna call him.
we're gonna call him Larsy Lars.
Lars, but we're also gonna call him. If we have to call him by a last name, we're gonna call him Wingfingers. Lars Wingfingers.
Gotcha. Shared that 55 total games were being produced by the end of the most recent quarter, of which only 20 have been revealed thus far. THQ Nordic has also continued its recent spree of buying up developers by acquiring Coffee Stain Studios, the people behind Goat Simulator, and Bugbear Entertainment, who made Wreckfest. Yeah. That's a lot of games, Joe, that hasn't been announced.
Yeah, THQ's been buying a lot of stuff. Also, I was just tuning in to KFGD, and they were talking about how because their profit margins has increased by over 1,000% profit since last year, and that's because they acquired, and I forgot this, they acquired Deep Silver. So the reason why there are so many games right now is that THQ itself has bought out a ton of smaller and indie game studios to pump out games. So like you saw, Goat Simulator, Coffee Stain, Bugbear Entertainment, like they're acquiring all these smaller titles and they're trying to get, it's kind of like the PlayStation 4 strategy. Remember in the beginning, they didn't have a whole lot of AAAs. They put out a shit ton of indie content. People ate that up. And it was those small victories, those small risk, high rewards, or small risk, big rewards that they were going after. And that's what catapulted them, snowballed them into being the PlayStation 4 we know today. And it seems like they're using the same strategy here when it comes to THQ. I'm going to be honest with you, Kyle. I just want time splitters. So if this is how we get it, I don't care.
Also, I realize it was in that story. Darksiders 3 is out in like 2 weeks.
Are you pumped on that? Are you?
Not really, and I think it's because I haven't really seen a lot of it, and I feel like it's really weird that we haven't really run into it as much as I think we should. Because Darksiders is a pretty decently sized franchise that people enjoy. So the fact that we haven't really seen too much of it yet, it's weird.
I agree. I agree. With that, Kyle, we're going to skip this next story. We're going to go right into the awesome news. I found this out last night. Sony's bullish Black Friday strategy. This comes straight out of the PlayStation blog. Right now, literally right now, not literally right now. This Sunday, going to Black Friday, you can get a new Marvel Spider-Man Standard Edition PlayStation 4 bundle for $199 American. You could get a select DualShock 4 controllers for $39.99 American. You could get PlayStation VR systems that go from $199 all the way to $249.99. And then on Black Friday, there's going to be deep discounts on the digital store and also deep discounts on the 1 year PlayStation PlayStation Plus cards.
Yep.
So with that, their Black Friday strategy is, hey, for the whole week, you don't need to focus on coming in and ruining your Thanksgiving. Come in right now, buy a console.
Yeah.
Dude, this console right here, $199 with Spider-Man.
Which is, like, if you just buy Spider-Man on itself, it's a $60 game. So you get the regular PS4 for $130, $140.
Yeah.
Come on now. Like if I know if you're listening to this, you're most likely you already own a PlayStation. But you need to go tell your friends that don't own a PlayStation and be like, this is the deal to hop on. And you don't have to wait till Black Friday to deal with crowds.
Yeah.
Just go and get it like at some point this next week.
Now, time out. Also,
Sure.
there's going to be sales on Detroit Become Human and sales on God of War on Black Friday. Detroit's going to be $20. God of War is going to be $25 for Black Friday. If you've been sitting on these games,
Yeah.
I mean, you can sit on Detroit a little bit longer.
Sure.
But when it comes to God of War,
God of War 25?
steal.
Get it.
Steal for such a game like that.
You can pick up this bundle with Spider-Man for 200 and the God of War for 25.
Yeah.
And you have 2 Game of the Year nominees.
Yeah.
All ready to play for less than, what it usually would be.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yep.
With that, Kyle, we have one last story for you all. Kyle, hold on to something. Because we're preparing we're preparing the drop. The drop. It happens each and every week. There's latest and greatest in PlayStation games that hit the store each and every week. And what we do, because there's so much greatness, there's so many games to choose, we got to choose one game that's coming out this week on PlayStation we're excited for.
Yeah.
Now you saw us literally during the show find this.
And, Joe, I do have it up yet.
Yeah.
Okay, there's one title in here that I can't stop looking at and laughing because of the cover art. And I really, really, really so badly want this to be the cover or the title card for this episode on YouTube, just because it's so ridiculous. The My Riding Stables, are you on that one?
Right when you said it. What is this game? It is literally a woman. She is with a horse. She's putting her hand on like the horse's snout. Is it snout? I don't know. Beak.
Yeah.
Putting her hand on the beak of the horse. And it's just My Riding Stables. Like, this is legit a PNG image taken from Google Images.
This is like, I'm not very proficient with Photoshop, but I could do this in Paint.
Yeah.
Let me read the description to this game. It's called
please.
My Riding Stables. Make your dreams come true on the stud farm near the old mill. Renovate your own riding school, look after your horses, and tend the cute little foals, as well as wonderful hacks, working in the stables and caring for the horses. You'll have plenty of other exciting things to do.
I think it's Stud Farm. What's a Stud Farm? That's where like they have all the dude horses. So are you JOing these horses?
I hope not.
Because I don't want. What if this is in virtual reality and we're JOing the horses in VR?
Obviously, actually, to get away from My Riding Stables.
Yeah, please.
This guy, there's a couple of really big releases this week. You got Fallout 76. Mm-hmm. You have Spyro, which is probably my pick for the week. You have.
Can I say mine? The game that I'm actually debating on picking up. Not even kidding. Hitman 2.
That was the next one I was going to bring up.
Hitman 2 comes out. Travel the globe and track down your targets across exotic sandbox locations in Hitman 2. From the sun-drenched streets to the dark and dangerous rainforests, nowhere is safe from the world's most creative assassin, Agent 47, and the ultimate spy thriller. Dude, sick.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in. Agent 47, one loose cannon off the reservations.
That's a really good movie trailer voice, Joe.
It is.
I just gotta say that.
One man, one gun. Sean Bean in.
He's probably gonna die.
Yes, he's gonna. I have Sean Bean here. Wonder how I'm gonna go with this game. Yes.
Oh man,
Got my head lopped off in Game of Thrones. Excellent Sean Bean, right?
It's excellent.
Luke Lore told me the other day, he's like, with Red Dead Redemption, what's your next voice? He wants me to do Rico from Just Cause. I'm like, first, I can't fake excitement for Just Cause. Also, the main character's name is Rico. That was my uncle's old dog's name. But every time I think of Rico, and this could be it, and I'm Hispanic, I get to do it. I just think of, hey, my name's Rico. I'm here just cause. Things are gonna get local crazy. Jewel, you don't know.
Oh my god.
You know? So you're excited for Spyro?
Sure.
Alright. Now we... It's mail time, guys. It's mail time. I'm broken. I'm having a good night.
I'm having a great time.
Dude, I'm having a good... It's just been now it's officially a good week. Luke Lore writes in. The Insipid Ghost. Boah. Oh, wait. Sorry. I gotta do it like Sean Capri. It's Luke Lore, the Insipid Ghost.
That riding, that horse stable game has knocked this off the rails.
Wait, what's that one horse? Was it like you talked? Talking
Mr. Ed?
Yeah, Mr. Ed. Like, Mr. Ed's one of the characters, and like he's just a horny old horse. He's just like, ooh,
oh no,
I need a hand. I need you to jail me, bro. Luke Lore writes in, hey guys, no PSX this year, but thank God there's horse jerk-off simulator. Is this a wise move on PlayStation's part? I think given that they've done such a good job with this generation, we've no need to devalue otherwise an excellent source of good gaming vibe. Best to hold off until more major exclusives for the PlayStation 5. So with that, we had the major XO18 event for Xbox, and a lot of people, like I saw on Twitter, like asking, you know, was it good for Sony to kind of stay out, have no PSX this year? What do you think? I know we talked a little bit about it, but now with this XO event out of the way, do you think that PlayStation actually needed this?
No. I mean, selfishly, I would love PSX just because I love it. But they don't need to. I agree with Luke. They've done such a great job this year with such... I wouldn't say great job. There was that dip with the whole Fortnite and crossplay thing where it was not great. But they've kind of sort of saved face, so it's a little bit better. I think it's wise for them to hold off. I think it would have been really cool if they did a PSX and really focus on Days Gone and maybe Ghost of Tsushima a little bit. That would have been awesome. And then just had some smaller stuff there. And you brought up the EXO event. I watched it during Extra Life. Was not a fan.
Yeah, neither was I. We were all mocking it. I'm gonna
But
rewatching it, I thought it was... Here's the thing. I'm not an Xbox fan.
Yeah, well, neither am I.
So, I mean, it would be weird, right?
Yeah, it would be weird.
It's like I did that a year ago. It's like, not for me.
Are you saying that we should go and host the Xbox Drive? And then Sean and Luke can come on here and do it?
Honestly, yeah, we really should. We should Okay, Luke and Sean, here's a real question for you guys. You want a Freaky Friday or podcast? That'd be excellent. But no, I think EXO event was fine. As an outsider looking in, I didn't think it was poor. I don't think it's the best thing ever. Honestly, it could have never existed, and it would have been fine. Yeah. It did not move the needle. It was one big Game Pass extravaganza. But if you're an Xbox fan, I think you needed it. And I think it's good for Xbox fans to get the culture of Xbox, because I think that's the major thing. Get the exclusives out of there that don't exist on that platform. Let's be real. I'm not being mean. It just doesn't exist. The real problem with Microsoft right now is I don't think Xbox has a good culture surrounding its games, because we see really good games like Ori and the Blind Forest, and like a lot of people are like, yeah, like where's the support, where's like the pageantry for Ori, like there was for Cuphead, right? Like there are great games, like I'm trying to think of them, guys. It's getting hard. Like look, Sunset Overdrive, great example, game that was doing something different. Xbox fans did not appreciate that game there's so many exclusives that I feel like get devalued by their own ecosystem. And with that, I think you need these events to say, hey, you know what? We're Xbox. And I know we came in during the 2000s, but now we're almost 20 years of being a gaming company. Let's celebrate it. There's something here.
Yeah.
And because I think that's what Microsoft sees. Like, Nintendo is so popular. Mario games sell all the time, not because there's just because they're amazing. That's part of them, one of the main reasons. But the other reason is that Nintendo has cultivated a culture in their ecosystem. Like, all the fans have kind of intersected and intertwined, and there's this love for everything Nintendo. There's this love for everything PlayStation that PlayStation has cultivated over the time during their stay at the 90s and mid 2000s and the PS3 era and now the PlayStation 4 era. Sony has very much cultivated a culture around its games as well, and I don't see that with Microsoft outside of Gears of War and Microsoft. And then everybody jokes the Forza car. There's and I'm not saying this to be mean. There is nothing. And I think what Microsoft is doing is they're trying to make something. That's why, like, we saw them purchasing In Exile and Obsidian. Those are huge gets. Like,
which, again, is important for those that are watching that and be like, oh, they bought 2 new studios.
Yep.
I kind of knew Obsidian was happening. I think we kind of talked about it briefly a couple weeks ago. The In Exile one is new.
Yeah.
Didn't think of that one. But it's cool that they're buying more studios. All the power to them. And I think that was probably the biggest takeaway from the EXO event.
So I think when it comes, we're going back to PSX. It's good that PlayStation doesn't need to have a conference every single year.
True.
If there's nothing to say, don't say it.
Yeah.
And when it comes to Microsoft, it's about building that culture. But I also need to get this out of the way because it's something that does bother me. Not bother me, but it does irk me. It irks me something fierce. Microsoft's bought a lot of companies, and a lot of people aren't happy about that. Please be happy about it. Obsidian was not doing good. We saw their Pillars of Eternity Dreadfire, right? Bombed real bad. And if it wasn't for Microsoft, that company would be in deep peril right now. And so a lot of companies welcome it because it gives them stability. But with that stability comes responsibility on Microsoft's part. There are now more than 5 games studios working at Microsoft who make them AAA content. I love when people like just go, all right, Xbox, they learned from their mistakes. They have 5 studios. Next generation's going to fucking kill it. That doesn't dictate anything. You could buy all the studios in the world. Maybe THQ's proven me wrong. Doesn't mean you're going to build something successful. You need people writing that ship. Please write that ship, Xbox.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna guarantee you, some of those games that come out are not going to hit. Like, I'm actually really afraid of the Initiative because they've hyped up what that game's going to be. And we don't even know what that game is. You're talking Quad A. Now I need something that's literally going to blow my mind whole. Right? You need Kojima's son, Kojima Jr., on that game for me to go, shit, you know?
And personally, I think it's got to do something different than what Halo and Gears is. Yeah. I think if that game is a shooting-based game, I think it just kind of muddles their first-party exclusives a little bit.
I mean, it could be shooting, but listen.
Yeah, but like the same style.
Look, guys, we're giving you something. Freaky Friday, you understand it. So, PSX, it doesn't need to happen this year. No. In short, we got on a rant. But, like, it'll be there next year. I think you're going to see the PlayStation 5 drop. And with the PlayStation 5, with that, Kyle, that's been the trophy room, man.
Yes, it has.
Long episode.
Good episode.
It's good. You know, we had good talks. I went on a few rants. Sure. I made a few inappropriate jokes.
Oh, yeah, only a couple.
I think I was on a good track record today. Again, everybody, that has been the trophy room. And with all that said, what is it? Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. Listen, all right, real talk before we leave. Why I'm all out of it. I just found out today that I am going to be graduating from sweet old college at the end of next fall semester. So I only got 2 more semesters to go. And I'm very happy about that because it's been a long, tumultuous journey. Look at these $5 words. And I'm just very happy about it. I'm just in real good high spirits. I'm so fucking excited. So with all that said, please, if you could, rate us 5 stars on iTunes. Google Play, Spotify, SoundCloud, Podbean, wherever there is an RSS service, the Trophy Room is on there. We're on YouTube if you want the video form of this podcast each and every Thursday. I want to thank everybody for coming out, showing their support for the big, beautiful kids on Extra Life. Everybody go tweet at Sean Capri, Sean like Connery, Capri like Conspiracy, over on Twitter, and then give them the hashtag Freaky Friday. And tell them congratulations on Josephina, Bobina,
Absolutely.
Capri like the pants. And all that said, with all that out of the way, keep hunting and keep playing PlayStation.
See you next week for episode 69.
69.